Check it out. I want to share something with you. As you go about your day to varying department stores or what have you, one of the things I've noticed, depending on where you are, is this area of customer service has really diminished depending on what store you go to. And I think we have just lost this attitude or this heart of servanthood that we really need to embrace once again. You got to understand that, especially as a customer, that they're there to make a purchase, to patronize or what have you. And without that customer, you couldn't have a business. And so we got to move back towards this area of servanthood and serving one another. I look over in Luke chapter 10, and Jesus began to describe this story when a lawyer asked him about who his neighbor was. And the Bible describes a priest, a Levite, and Samaritan who all come across this individual who had fell among thieves, who had been robbed, who had been unclothed and exposed and left dead and what have you. And so we know the priest, the Levite, and the Samaritan all saw them, but each one of their responses was different, or the Samaritan's response was drastically different than the response of the Levite or the priest. And you got to understand is whatever is in our heart, and however our heart is postured, that's going to determine how we respond to what we see. And so we have to have a heart of servanthood and be caring towards one another, be willing to serve somebody else, regardless of who they are, what their social status is. We got to be willing to serve one another. There's another story in Matthew where there were two beggars that wanted to get his attention, and they were crying out to him, and the crowd told him to shut up and all this other. And we can't be like that crowd. We telling people to shut up, leave me alone, I got more important things to do. No, we got to look on the needs of other people. We got to care about one another. And Jesus stopped, and he turns to them, and he basically says, if I could put it in today's term, he said, how can I help you? How can I serve you? What can I do for you? That's all he asked. And we got to be willing to look on the needs of others and have a heart of compassion and just look and see how it is. How would we want somebody to respond if we was in that very person's shoes? So have the heart of a servant.